Hello everyone, and it is time for another video. This time I'm really excited about this story, even though of course it's a negative story, but you're going to see why it's actually really positive. Now, I'm not going to show the video in question because I don't know how that works with YouTube. I could maybe show part of it, but what I will tell you is you can click on the link in the description box where you can watch this video. So essentially, Tesco's, which is in the UK, and they are a very forward-thinking company. I think Tesco's brought out was it them that brought out the vegan sausage? In any case, they have lots and lots of great vegan options. And a friend of mine went to England with my brother for his soccer academy earlier this year, and he said he didn't know what he was going to eat. And then he said he found Tesco's, and there's just so much range of vegan foods. So they've put out a wonderful commercial supporting a vegan option, and in which a little girl says to her father, "Daddy, I don't want to eat animals anymore." And it leads to him finding a vegan alternative and basically veganizing a dish that the family has already loved. So the response? Ha! You'd have thought that someone was starting, World War III. So farmers are distressed, and there has been a whole load of backlash over this innocent ad. And might I just say this at this moment, one ad out of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of ads that support animal products. So, distressed farmers condemn Tesco's vegetarian advert and suggest teenage girls should eat more meat. So one of the UK's biggest supermarkets and a major retailer of meat is attacked over promoting a vegetarian range. Now, it's not as though Tesco's even said, hey, we're going to do what Germany did and we're going to change our store from a meat consumption animal product store to a solely vegan store like Vegans in Germany. They're just saying, you know what, we understand there's a segment of the market, a large segment of the market, that wants a meatless option, and we have that, and we're going to do a commercial about that. So the National Farmers Union has attacked a Tesco advert promoting vegetarian products, saying it's demonizing meat as a food group and has caused significant distress for British farmers. Now, I would, I did see the ad, and you can watch the ad, as I said, and it's a simple ad. It doesn't talk about making that meat is bad. It just talks about a girl who doesn't want to eat meat anymore. Thousands of people and parents have had this conversation with their kids. There's nothing in there about, oh, meat's horrible, meat's bad for the environment, meat's this. But one ad sends these guys into a spiral of distress. Why? Because people at their core know eating animals is not the right thing to do. That's why they viciously defend it and irrationally respond to one simple ad in this way. So anyway, the ad goes on to show a young girl arriving home from schooling, telling her father, "Daddy, I don't want to eat animals anymore." With a hangdog look at the camera, the father tells viewers, "I bloomin' love my meat. Wow, but not as much as I love my little girl." So in fact, Daddy's actually talking about how he loves meat. So he's not even demonizing meat. He himself is saying he loves meat. But this is a conundrum some parents find themselves in, where kids do not want to eat meat. But he loves his little girl. So he picks her up and he swings her around the kitchen to a soundtrack of acoustic guitar music. And then it becomes apparent he's cooking vegetarian sausages. Vegetarian sausages have been around for so long. I mean, with tofurkey, field roast, come on. And of course, in England, you've got the Linda McCartney sausages. And he's holding a knife and fork, and he turns to the camera and he says, "Just as tasty as it used to be." There's no talk about, oh, killing animals isn't necessary, oh, this has high cholesterol or whatever, it's not good for you to eat animals. There's none of that. It's a simple ad about a child who doesn't want to eat meat. Daddy makes something vegan for her, and wow. I laugh at the reaction because I know where this reaction is coming from. People don't want to change, and they are threatened by anything that says that they can do it another way. And that's why vegans threaten the population so much. Because when you're vegan, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 30 years, we prove, you know what, this idea that you have to eat meat is a complete lie. So he says, when his daughter says, it's better actually, when Daddy says it's just as good as it used to be. So the NFU claimed that the ad was demonizing meat as a food group, which not only has negative connotations for farmers, but also for the avocation of customers eating a healthy, balanced diet. In a statement, the NFU said, its president, Minette Batters, had written to Tesco to raise its objections about the commercial. The union said its members had significant concerns with the language used within the advert and how it has caused significant distress for British farmers. One ad! Oh my God, it's like how many ads are there showing big cheeseburgers with dead cows and glasses of milk and, oh, you need this for protein and like cheese smother? Come on. This is ridiculous. It also claimed, apparently in direct response to the ad, that teenage girls are not currently eating a balanced diet and that they could address this by eating more meat. The statement said meat as a food group provides naturally rich protein and is a good source of iron, zinc, and essential vitamins. Can you please explain to me why my sister who eats meat, her iron is so low she has to get infusions? I'm sorry. There are sources of iron within the plant kingdom that are better. I also have the same low iron trait as my sister and my mother, and when I switched to having green smoothies every morning, my iron for the first time in my life naturally shot up. Okay, there are certain parts of the population, especially teenage girls, who are currently not eating sufficient quantities of these micronutrients to fulfill their dietary requirements. And why then should we eat those micronutrients through a cow or other animal that has eaten those directly, as opposed to us eating them directly ourselves? Eat your spinach, eat your cabbage, eat your collard greens, eat your greens for your iron, your zinc. Come on, this is just beyond stupid. So the statement added, we believe it is vital that children do not establish misleading views of food groups, really, which may later affect their health and diets. Oh, I love this. I love this because they don't even get the irony. Could we say this about milk? Dairy? A misleading view of a food group? Dairy? Cow's milk? Cow's breast milk? How on earth can anyone actually say we need cow's breast milk? And have we not for generations been misled to believe that cow's breast milk, as opposed to human breast milk, is actually a food group? And does this actually affect our later health? Oh my goodness, is cow's breast milk contributed to type 1 diabetes, certain autoimmune disorders, prostate cancer, breast cancer? Come on, let's not. I mean, I love this statement, but they don't get that this statement actually goes against what they're promoting. So the advert comes amid growing awareness of the ecological impacts of many kinds of meat production. This month, 60 scientists signed an open letter calling on governments to curb the amounts of meat served in schools and hospitals to address the climate emergency. I'm so glad. Thank you, little Greta Thunberg. You're amazing. People are starting to realize that climate change also is caused by diet, and it's the biggest thing that we as people can have an impact on. So in August, the UK's government chief environment scientist said, Sir Ian Boyd said, we must all eat less red meat, travel less, and buy fewer clothes in order to reduce our impact on the planet. And it says currently global livestock emissions, including those associated with deforestation impacts, account for 14.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions. This is equivalent to all cars, trains, ships, and aircraft combined. This is a bloody emergency, okay? People have to wake up, eat something vegan, and stop making a big deal about it. In a tweet, the NFU highlighted British farmers' efforts to minimize the environmental impact of meat farming. How? Okay, so the union said 65% of UK farmland is only suitable to graze cattle, reared to produce tasty food. British beef has a greenhouse gas footprint 2.5 times lower than the rest of the world. So they say. British farmers are proud to drive solutions to climate change and are working to achieve net zero, which you cannot achieve when you're raising millions of cows. So Tesco's spokesperson told The Independent, our food love stories celebrate recipes with both meat and without. For those customers who tell us they're looking to eat a little less meat, our Plant Chef range offers a delicious, affordable alternative. Our aim is always to offer choice. We absolutely remain committed to working in partnership with our UK farmers, and we value the vital role they play in providing food for our customers. Please tell me, why has the meat industry lost its mind over a single ad when there are so many other ads that promote eating meat in an irrational way that's not even realistic? It's all about profit. So here are some of the comments, which of course I love to read, and I'm going to share some with you guys. And one here says, we do not need animal-based foods products. If you want to see how good a plant-based diet is for you, watch the Game Changers movie on Netflix. It's amazing that it's out. I'm so excited. And exactly, farmers are biased. They make money off of animal suffering, so push their disgusting meat down people. The farmers are biased. Right, sure. And I take it you are not a vegan, you don't believe in animal rights and aren't the least bit biased in your views. Now, forgive me, I might go round up my flying pigs. So this is a person responding to that. But, big deal. We have to, obviously we're biased, but we're biased from education. The NFU promoting the benefits of eating meat is like the tobacco industry promoting the benefits of smoking cigarettes. Exactly. And then someone else here says, newsflash, vegetarians eat food grown on farms. So this idea that eating a vegan diet is destroying farmers is ridiculous, because we need farms to provide and grow the foods that we also eat. So vegetarians are not against farming in any way. The British meat industry actually buys animal feed produced in the third world to feed livestock here. Thank you. Let's say this louder for the naysayers at the back. It's not entirely British produce in that case, is it? Anyway, stop shooting calves at birth or packing them into tiny crates, and people will listen to meat and dairy farmers again. Until then, this message about farming methods needs to be debated. And then someone here says, take a look at this movie on YouTube, and it says it's Cowspiracy. Someone else says, hooray for Tesco's. What a brave step in the right direction. And I fully agree with this comment. There are plenty of safe ways to get protein, and this information is readily available from many sources. Suggested reading is a book written by Frances Moore Lapp, who sadly died of cancer many years ago. She's the author of 19 books, including a 3 million copy selling 1971 Diet for a Small Planet that the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History describes as one of the most influential political tracts of the times. In the Diet for a Small Planet, she notes that it takes something like 35 kilograms of vegetable protein to make 1 kilogram of digested meat protein. One of the world's biggest crops is soya, and the bulk of it goes straight to a cow's tummy. People just don't really understand this. So, this comment is someone who's educated here. Forests are denuded to produce cows that become Big Macs. The farmers' unions are not a bunch of concerned citizens thinking about the health of teenagers or anybody for that matter. Providing dead animals for human consumption is a multi-billion-dollar industry worldwide. They're not friendly Johnny Hayseed type persons. Yeah, they're not concerned about your health. They're concerned about their bottom line. It's big business. It's the way it always is. That's why Tesco's is offering a vegan option, or even McDonald's is trying out a vegan option, or Burger King, because there's money in it. They don't really particularly care about your health necessarily. They just care that they have something that will sell and make them a profit. So it says here, not in the UK normally, but in South America, those protesting deforestation simply disappear in the jungle and never seen again, which I have heard some of those horrible stories. So this person says again, bravo Tesco, do not be deterred by farmers whose only interest is the bottom line. They join the fossil fuel groups and many others whose practices are killing us and destroying the world. And someone else says, exactly, I work for Tesco, and Tesco offers choice. Meat is bad for the environment. And oh, here we go. Here's someone with here's a negative. Sorry, but a large part of what you just said is nonsense and propaganda. The UK government statistics show that in 2015-16, imports of soybeans, soy meal, and soya totaled 3.1 million tons. Of this, 1.1 million tons was fed to livestock. 1.42, that's not even true. 1.4 million tons was used for products for humans. Yeah, this is just not going to be true. Anyway, you can take a look at this. I'm going to mark that down if I can. Okay, I can. I've got to. Anyway, these are some of the comments. And what I like about this is that we know that in England, at least, people are becoming more conscious about plant-based options. So you can even see that in the comments. People are not agreeing with what the farmers are saying. And unlike certain articles, like if this had come out in the States, you might have had a lot more people pro-meat, anti-vegan, but we're seeing more pro-vegan in the comments. So guys, this is the latest news. I'm really excited about it. Tell me what your thoughts are, and I will see you guys in the next